At the very beginning of the movie, we see a man named Jeff on a boat. Jeff and a few of his companions make a living by catching and selling snakes. Today they were heading toward a place that everyone fears. People believe the place is cursed. It is said that the world's most dangerous crimson anaconda lives there, the kind so aggressive that it can even eat its own kind. As soon as the boat reaches its destination, the captain suddenly demands more money. According to him, the place is so dangerous that even entering it by boat is a huge risk. Jeff silently takes out the money and pays him. But while taking the money, some notes fall to the ground. When the captain bends down to pick them up at that exact moment, Jeff suddenly pulls out a knife and slashes his throat. Within seconds, the man is dead. Then with the same knife, he cuts his throat completely and throws the body into the river, almost as if he is feeding someone. Jeff's other companions also witness this horrifying scene. Jeff calmly says, "I can't tolerate traitors at all." After that, they enter the jungle and see a strange idol. Countless snakes are wrapped all over the statue. Seeing this, Jeff realizes the story of the Crimson Anaconda was not a lie. Meanwhile, his companions happily start catching snakes from all directions, filling bag after bag. But Jeff's focus is elsewhere. He picks up his gun because his real target is that massive anaconda. Just then, one of the three, while trying to place a bag full of snakes onto the boat, sees something horrifying in the river water. Right in front of his eyes stands the headless body of the captain. He cannot believe it. Suddenly, the body sinks back underwater. Then something enormous begins moving toward him beneath the surface. Terrified, he runs toward the jungle. But escape is impossible. Within moments, a giant anaconda wraps itself around him. And as it coils tighter and tighter, it begins crushing every bone in his body. Scene cuts, and we see another companion. He suddenly freezes after seeing something. What he sees is a massive anaconda climbing up a tree, and its belly is visibly swollen, making it clear that it has swallowed a human. Before the man can react, another companion's dead body is flung right in front of his eyes. The body is soaked in a strange fluid because the snake swallowed him whole. Now the anaconda coils around this man as well, pressing him against the tree, crushing his body, and slowly starting to eat him. Jeff watches this entire incident silently from a distance. Surprisingly, he does not try to save anyone. Instead, there is a look of satisfaction on his face. It feels as if everything is going exactly according to his plan. In reality, Jeff wanted to capture this anaconda. His plan was to knock it unconscious using a shotgun. But suddenly, all the animals in the jungle start screaming. Hearing that noise, the anaconda retreats and disappears. After that, the story shifts in another direction. We see a man named Bailing. He works in a circus, but after the circus shuts down, he buys all the performers from the owner. His plan to take everyone to Thailand and start a new circus. They begin their journey by river. But along the way, they encounter multiple wooden containers blocking their path. The captain says they will have to change routes, but that would cause a major delay. Bailing angrily says, "No matter what, we must reach Thailand on time. The show advance has already been taken. If we're late, we're finished." The captain then says, "Then there's only one option. Blow everything up with dynamite." Without understanding the risk, they attach explosives to the containers. The explosion clears the path. But just then, as rain begins, a horrifying event unfolds. The containers break open and countless snakes start falling onto the ship because the containers were completely filled with snakes. Everyone starts running around in panic. Many people are severely injured by snake bites. But eventually, one of them comes up with a clever plan. Using a pressure pipe, they begin forcing the snakes off the ship one by one. Suddenly, the ceiling of the ship's bathroom collapses, and along with it, a swarm of snakes falls directly onto Bailing, who was hiding inside the bathroom. Terrified, he doesn't waste even a second and jumps straight into the river and somehow manages to swim to the shore. But his bad luck doesn't end there. As soon as he reaches the shore, a king cobra raises its hood and starts moving toward him. Just as it is about to strike at that moment, someone suddenly steps in and crushes the cobra with his foot, killing it. That man is none other than Jeff. Jeff saves Bailing's life. Out of gratitude, Bailing takes him onto his ship. Jeff tells everyone that he is a wild explorer and that he got trapped in the jungle due to an accident. Just then, one of the crew members suddenly grabs his ear and starts screaming. Everyone panics. Jeff walks over and carefully looks inside the ear, and then slightly cuts his own finger and puts that finger inside the ear. The very next moment, everyone watches in horror. A small snake crawls out of the ear and bites Jeff's hand. But surprisingly, nothing happens to Jeff. He grabs the snake and throws it into the water. This entire incident is observed by Lan. He is a snake expert. Lan knows that to build resistance against snake venom, a person must have a lot of venom accumulated in their body. He warns Bailing and says, "This man is not normal. Did you see that? The snake bit him, but nothing happened." Meanwhile, Jeff goes to talk to the ship's captain. He shows the captain his map and tells him that he needs to be taken to that place. The moment the captain hears the name of the place, he suddenly pulls out a gun. He says, Say that place's name one more time and I'll shoot. That place is cursed. This makes it clear that the captain also knew about the Crimson Anaconda. Jeff quietly backs off for now. But just then, the fishing rod the captain was using suddenly gets pulled violently. Unable to control the force, the captain himself falls into the water. In reality, this was all part of Jeff's trap. He wanted to catch the anaconda using this trap, and the captain falls right into it. The captain was working for the anaconda. When the captain suddenly disappears, Lan's suspicion grows stronger. He asks Jeff where the captain is. Jeff calmly replies, "This is a jungle. People going missing here is very common." Suddenly, everyone hears a strange sound coming from the water. Jeff says, "Now something very big is coming." From the depths of the river, a massive crimson anaconda slowly starts moving toward Jeff's trap. Suddenly, there is a violent pull on the fishing rod. As the rod is pulled, the anaconda rises above the water for a few seconds. Seeing such a huge and powerful snake, everyone is terrified. In a single jerk, the anaconda pulls the rope and throws Jeff into the water. Sometimes to the right, sometimes to the left, it keeps slamming Jeff around. But Jeff does not give up. To save himself, he climbs onto a small boat floating in the river. He ties the fishing rod to that boat. Then using a sharp iron rod, he starts striking the anaconda's body underwater. These strikes don't kill the snake, but make it extremely enraged. In rage, the anaconda lifts the small boat and throws it onto the riverbank, and within moments, traps Jeff inside that boat. Everyone watching from a distance assumes Jeff is dead for sure. But in the very next moment, Jeff is seen back on his ship. He looks toward the water, searching for the anaconda. But he doesn't know the anaconda is hiding right on top of the ship's roof. Suddenly, in front of everyone, the anaconda spits out the captain's dead body. Seeing this horrifying scene, everyone runs in panic and hides inside the bathroom. The anaconda tries to break the door to kill them. Just then, from outside, Jeff attacks the anaconda again with a sharp weapon. Enraged, the anaconda now lunges straight at Jeff. To save himself, Jeff suddenly disappears from sight. While searching for him, the anaconda enters inside the ship. Inside one of the cabins, Bailing and his companions were hiding. Fortunately, the anaconda does not notice them and crawls past them. At this moment, Land was hiding inside the ship's control room, standing with a gun in his hands. At this moment, Lane looks out through the window of the room and sees the massive anaconda sliding past the window. Just then, the anaconda crashes down from the roof, breaking the bathroom window, and jumps inside, then attacks Lane's remaining two companions. Out of sheer terror, one boy runs toward Lane and takes shelter near him. But the anaconda does not stop chasing him. To save the boy, Lane starts running. During this frantic chase, kerosene oil spreads all around. The anaconda is extremely enraged at that moment. Right then, Jeff tries to attack again from outside through the window. But suddenly it is seen that a large pot gets stuck in the anaconda's mouth. While trying to free its head, the snake violently slams itself against the ship's roof. With great difficulty, it breaks the large container and pulls its head free. Taking this chance, Jeff tries to enter from behind and ties a rope around the anaconda's mouth. But at that exact moment, fire breaks out in the ship's control room. The fire spreads toward the dynamite. The very next moment, a terrifying explosion happens. The entire ship shakes violently. And to save their lives, everyone jumps into the river. In the middle of this explosion, the massive anaconda dies. Seeing the burning ship, Bailing breaks down crying. His only concern now, there is no way they can reach Thailand on time. In anger, his younger companion shouts and says, "Are you crazy? We survived something this huge. We are alive, isn't that enough?" At this moment, Lane realizes Jeff is actually responsible for everything that happened. He used their ship for his own selfish purpose. Lane says to Jeff, "If you hadn't done all this, we wouldn't have fallen into such a deadly situation." Jeff calmly replies, "Do you know how much that anaconda is worth? If you had helped me today, we all would have become millionaires." Hearing about the money, Bailing's eyes start to sparkle. He instantly forgets about Thailand. He says to Jeff, "Tell me what we have to do. Where do we go? How do we catch that anaconda?" Jeff pulls out his map and shows it. He says, "If you help me, I will take you to Thailand in just 2 days using this route." Both of Bailing's desires now seem ready to be fulfilled at once. However, Bailing's other companions do not trust Jeff. Meanwhile, one of their companions suddenly falls sick. She was bitten by a deadly insect. This venom could even kill her. Seeing this, Jeff says, "I have medicine, but it's on my ship. If you want to save the girl, you will have to take me there." Even though they don't want to, they are forced to agree to help Jeff. They leave the ship and start moving forward. While walking, Jeff warns everyone and says, "Do not drink the water here. There are insects in this water that enter the human body and create such extreme thirst that a person jumps into the water and dies." As night falls, they take shelter inside a cave and light a fire. Sitting on one side, Jeff keeps staring at his map where the anaconda symbol is marked. Suddenly, the story shifts into a flashback. It shows how Jeff first encountered the Crimson Anaconda. The anaconda nearly killed him, but Jeff cleverly locked himself inside a wooden container and disappeared from sight. Soon after, Bailing's team arrives there. When the container is blown open with dynamite, Jeff comes out, and that is when they meet. The story returns to the present. Jeff is looking at the map. Bailing comes up and asks him, "You really want to catch that anaconda, right?" Jeff replies, "Yes, this is not an ordinary snake. It is a mutated Crimson Anaconda, the king of anacondas. It has hunted some of the largest creatures on Earth. It has even eaten its own kind." He adds, "If we catch it, our next 7 generations will never have to work again." Driven by greed, Bailing says, "I'm with you." That night, everyone falls asleep. Suddenly, Bailing wakes up in fear. He sees giant anacondas have surrounded them from all sides. As he screams in terror, his eyes open. It was all a dream. But the very next moment, he notices his brother is not there. In fear, he rushes out of the cave and sees his brother is trying to drown himself in the river. He rushes forward and tries to wake his brother. Just then, his eyes fall on something. Those terrifying, poisonous insects are coming out through his brother's nose, the same ones Jeff had warned about earlier. These insects enter the human body and slowly kill a person through poisoning. Watching his brother die right in front of his eyes, the man completely breaks down and starts crying uncontrollably. But there is nothing that can be done anymore. The next morning, the others begin their journey again. Walking through the jungle, they reach a place where there is no path ahead. Forced by the situation, everyone has to enter the river. No one wants to step into the river because they have already seen how terrifying it is. But there is no other way. Trembling in fear, they step into the water. Suddenly, one man screams because inside the water he sees the movement of a massive anaconda. His brother had died just the night before. Fear and grief made him shake. In panic, he starts muttering prayers, but he does not realize the anaconda's mouth is right behind him. The very next moment, the massive anaconda coils around him. It wraps its body tightly and starts crushing his bones. Lane rushes in to save him, but there is nothing that can be done. The anaconda suffocates him and kills him. The others stand helplessly watching the scene. Then the anaconda drags the dead body underwater and disappears. After some time, everyone regains their composure and moves forward and finally reaches Jeff's boat. As promised, Jeff gives the medicine there, the one that could save Bailing. After that, he urges them and says, "Let's leave this place quickly." But then Jeff says, "I brought you here safely and kept my word. Now you must keep yours." One man clearly says, "If you talk about that anaconda again, then forget it. We will not help anymore." Hearing this, Jeff immediately pulls out his gun. At the same time, Bailing takes out a knife. He is now completely on Jeff's side. He threatens everyone and says, "Do exactly as you're told." Lane angrily says, "Are you insane? Is it even possible to catch such a massive anaconda?" Jeff calmly replies, "Not completely, but there is one moment when it can be caught, when it is feeding." Saying this, Jeff and Bailing together tie up 2 of their companions with ropes and hang them as bait for the anaconda. One boy cries and says to Bailing, "If we die, who will run your circus?" Hearing this, Bailing bursts into a mad laugh. He says, "Circus? You think I was taking you to Thailand for a circus? Fool. I planned to sell your organs for money. But now the plan has changed. This anaconda is worth more than all of you." Meanwhile, the Crimson Anaconda gets trapped in the snare and Jeff ties 2 girls to a tree. Then he starts behaving inappropriately with one of them. But the girl is smart. She takes advantage of the moment and pulls the gun from Jeff's pocket and tries to fire. But unfortunately, the gun does not go off. Jeff tries to grab her. Just then, another companion attacks Jeff from behind with a knife. Jeff pushes him away. In the middle of this chaos, the massive anaconda jumps onto Jeff again and grabs his throat. During the struggle, a gunshot suddenly goes off. Then the scene cuts. The ones who were hanging as bait are watching everything with their own eyes. Bailing is standing holding the rope. He does not realize death is waiting right behind him. Another massive anaconda slowly moves toward him. Within moments, it jumps onto Bailing's head and kills him. Meanwhile, Jeff is about to kill the girl in rage. But this time, the girl shows courage. She strikes Jeff on the head with a large piece of wood and knocks him unconscious. As soon as Jeff falls unconscious, the girls run toward the boat and somehow manage to save their lives. The wounded anaconda that was shot dies right in front of their eyes. But this is not the end. On the other side, one section of the container is completely sealed. A boy desperately tries to break the door. Time keeps passing. The anaconda slowly moves toward him. At the very last moment, he manages to open the door from the outside and escapes somehow. They keep running forward. They themselves knew escaping this jungle would not be easy. But that day, fate was on their side. They did not know Jeff had already set wire traps all over this place. While charging forward, the anaconda's head gets caught in the wire and is severed. Looking back, they see the anaconda lying there. They cannot believe they survived. They take no further risks. They know there are many more anacondas here. As quickly as possible, they leave the jungle, but the story does not end here. In the final scene, it is revealed the crimson anaconda did not actually die. Just as Jeff had said earlier, it was a mutated anaconda. Its severed head has started to grow back again, and it has come back to life. With this terrifying hint, the story comes to an end.